discovery process, it became very, very amply clear that ours is non-infringing. Therefore, not much of a arguments took place, and it came for a settlement. So this is what it is. Axis 2 is ours, and 4 or 8 are they belong to the brand player, and it became very easy for us to prove that ours is non-infringing. And another thing is, in the formulation, in the final drug formulation, they use what is called a dry method. And also, the claim says that they disowned the wet method by a dry formulation technique which doesn't involve wet granulation. So absolutely disowning that claim has actually amply helped us, because we invented a method which involves wet granulation but not dry granulation. So that made the life easier. And therefore, if I have to talk to IP groups or R&D groups, I would say that go for a non-infringing one. Try to invent something, invent new, and therefore, and file a patent on that. So therefore, it becomes easier for us to litigate. So focused R&D work can lead to transparently clear non-infringing stand. That I keep saying that specific hydrate, pointed polymorph, or defined formulation, or described building technique or a formulation technique, and we file a patent also. And God willing, by the time 2 to 3 years time will be there. By the time we go to discovery process and sit in the courtrooms, probably the patent is under advanced stage of prosecution or a grant, and that's easy to prove the non-infringing stand. So invalidation strategy needs homework on several techniques. That's what it is. Invalidation stand is more difficult, but there are cases where we are reasonably success. Now you have to read the patent, not just like that, read lines, but also read in between lines to see that whether examiner has missed out something. So the prosecution history of the patents will come handy. The examiner's decision may not be convincingly correct and may be debatable when viewed through several technical expert eyes. Intricacies of the outcome of practicing the prior art. So when you practice in the prior art in the laboratory, so that is the most useful weapon for the R&D scientist. You can practice the prior art and show that what you get out of it. So reworking the examples might be useful. It could be novelty destroying, obvious by inherency, or invalidation by anticipation. So these things can be proved by using the R&D weapon of the laboratory techniques. And obvious type double patenting. I think Dr. Gurpreet himself wrote a paper on that. So this is what was happening in the case of Tamiflu, where there is overlap between the earlier patent and the latter patent. Of course, I've taken some of this data, at least for 4 or 5 papers I referred to, while summarizing these things, accepting the case studies which belong to our company. So the summary is the generic players trying to identify the potential para 4 candidates early, plan well, and prepare better. That can happen, and that can lead to a better para 4 challenges. The brand companies may focus only on the composition of matter patents. Weaker extension patents probably they will not be doing in future. And the patent examiners may be more discretionary into inventive step. The patent prosecution may lead towards maybe. I have seen that European examiners are already following Section 3D, although they don't say that. They're putting a lot of questions on our polymers. So we do not know. So the incremental patents may be subject to better scrutiny and stiffer competition in future. And of course, the courts also may be more tilted towards a balanced view of trying to see that what kind of inventive step is there in the patent concerned. And the outcome is the quality upgradation of the entire para 4 scenario. Timely entry of generics is what probably all of us see. And of course, we can see that the advantage is the common man. He thanks Hatch-Waxman because they are the people who are responsible. But of course, I thank you so much for that.